Oh, do it. I want you to do it. I swear to God, you better not do it. If you party, look at this. Oh, if you party him, I swear to God, you'll find out what's going to happen. I swear to God, go ahead. Go do it. Do it. Party him. Do it.
Hello guys, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, then don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you don't have to miss on any of our interesting videos. Now, ever since the re-election of the current president, there's been an unsettling push to provoke Black Americans, using every tactic possible to stir emotions and make Black people react and force Black people into the street. The latest, Elon Musk, suggesting that Donald Trump should consider pardoning Derek Chauvin, the man convicted of unaliving George Floyd. Now, this is more than just a controversial statement, if you ask me. It's an attempt to play with Black people's emotions, baiting Black people into anger and protest. But we know the game. It's not about justice. It's about pushing Black people to the edge so that they can watch Black people burn. And we can't let them control the narrative. We cannot let them use Black people's pain to fuel their agenda. So let's talk about what's really going on here as my fellow Black brothers and sisters are reacting to this. I will be right back.
If we are issuing pardons, however, there is one person that President Trump should pardon from federal charges forthwith. It would be incredibly controversial, but I think that it's absolutely necessary. That person is Derek Chauvin. President Trump should, in fact, pardon Derek Chauvin. He should pardon him his federal charges. If we are talking about reversing the evils of the last several years in American life, obviously COVID and its handling was a massive evil. Destroyed the economy, set us on a path to fiscal insanity, destroyed children, led to massive health-related cover-ups, just horrifying all the way around. And President Trump has taken on a lot of those things. But when it came to BLM, the inciting event for the BLM riots that caused $2 billion in property damage in the United States and set America's race relations on their worst footing in my lifetime, was in fact the railroading of Derek Chauvin in George Floyd. The evidence demonstrates that Derek Chauvin did not in fact commit George Floyd.
Members of the jury, I will now read the verdicts as they will appear in the permanent records of the 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota, County of Hennepin, District Court, 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota Plaintiff versus Derek Michael Chauvin, Defendant. Verdict, Count 1. Court file number 27, CR 20-12646. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 1, unintentional second degree committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:44 p.m. Signed, juror foreperson, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 2. We, the jury, in the above entitled count 2, third degree perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:45 p.m. Signed by jury foreperson, juror number 19.
Black people, this is bait. Okay? Hear me when I say this. This is bait. This is bait. This is them playing with your emotions. This is them trying to incite anger within you so that you will then get out into the streets. And then when you get out into the streets, they are going to beat you. They are going to hurt you. And then Donald Trump will have what he needs to call martial law. Don't do it. Stay your behind at home. If they want to pardon Derek Chauvin, let them do it. They want to release him under some other pretense, let them do it. Them, Derek Chauvin, stay home.
Y'all, this is crazy. Elon Musk says that this is something to think about. George Floyd possibly getting out of jail. That is nothing we need to be thinking about. We have bigger fish to fry. We have bigger things going on in this economy. This economy is slowly but surely going down. Elon Musk, you are not the president of the United States. Why is the world being ran by the rich instead of being ran by a regular president? This is crazy.
Elon Musk says that Donald Trump should consider pardoning the guy who was George Floyd, Derek Chauvin, the cop who was involved in the police stop where he had his knee over George Floyd, and everyone for the most part believes that he's George Floyd. However, there's been a specific group of people that have come up with this story now that he was not actually putting enough pressure to strangulate him, and that he was on fentanyl, and he was on enough that mixed with him just being pinned down, mixed with the fentanyl, he was borderline on the anyway. And I've heard this from Kanye West in the past, who I don't know is too credible right now. I've heard this from Candace Owens, who has a niche audience, and I've heard that from Ben Shapiro. And Candace started saying this when she was still with Ben Shapiro, but I believe she still believes it now. And Ben Shapiro's the one with this whole motion now, freederek.com or freechauvin.com. And he wants this guy out of jail. And with the climate, with how Trump is acting now, this seems like something he would actually do. And I do think this would create outrage. I think people have a right to be on and not have to worry about getting choked because they got mildly roughed up and they were on. You should have the right to from getting roughed up if you're. It shouldn't be like because I did fentanyl, now the cop should get some leeway with being rough with me. I don't know. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Is Ben Shapiro just clout chasing? Because he's often been criticized and said that he takes these strong stances just to get clicks on his channel. And he often talks about people that don't have to suffer the impact of the results of the words that he's saying. But I want to know what you guys think about this. And I'm curious to see what the response is going to be, because this is like breaking news right now. But let me know in the comment section.
All right, I'm back with my thinking glasses. And I want to know, are y'all still using X? I hope not. Because are y'all okay? If you still using X, are you okay? Honey. So today I saw where Musk is trying to get Trump, or suggesting that Trump pardons George Floyd's convicted Derek Chauvin. He feels that he should be pardoned because he was wrongly accused and convicted. He said, give him his free. Are y'all okay? Are y'all okay?
Here's everything that happened while you were asleep. The Supreme Court of the United States weakens the Clean Water Act, easing sewage discharge limits into our water. Elon backs pardoning George Floyd on federal charges. Jacksonville organizations plan International Women's Day event this Saturday at 3 p.m. That'll take place at Cafe Resistance. Representative Al Green was ejected from Trump's speech for protesting Trump administration's proposed cuts to Medicaid and Social Security. Trump proposes building a Golden Dome defense shield over the U.S. Massive winter storm hit central United States. 2 people in Mississippi and causing widespread outages and delaying New Orleans Mardi Gras events. China unveils major renewable energy plans to combat climate change. Judge rejects Elon's bid to halt OpenAI's for-profit shift. Trump delivers a record 100-minute-long address to joint Congress session. Mexico to impose retaliatory tariffs on the U.S. next week. 15 New York prison staffers suspended following an incarcerated man. DOGE lawsuit cites Trump's comments labeling Elon the head of office. Arab summit rejects Palestinian displacement and pledges $53 billion to rebuild Gaza. Ex-LA fire chief loses bid for reinstatement. Protesters gather at Ohio State about Bill 1 and DEI cuts. And that's everything that happened while we were asleep.
Save black people. Save black people. Hey, man, we got a real live problem out here, man. I don't know if these people trying to start a race war or what. I'm on multiple platforms, but I goes over here to IG, and they show me about Elon Musk. You know what Elon Musk doing? Derek Chauvin. Do you know who that is? Derek Chauvin. You know who that is, right? The man that unalived George Floyd. Now this man over here trying to get Trump to goddamn me. Get this man out, man. I'm talking about, man, what is you doing? And you trying to call out the Black Lives Matter? You trying to get this man pardoned? What's wrong with you, man? I don't know what this set up, bro, but it's about to be somebody here in these streets, man. You trying to get Derek Chauvin pardoned? You trying to get Trump to get this man out of jail for what? Which I don't really think that could be. But why is you even thinking thinking this way. Unless you trying to start some, man. How's you gonna try to get this man pardoned, bro? These people is really losing they goddamn minds out here, man. Elon Musk trying to get Derek Chauvin pardoned, man. Y'all people really losing your mind. Y'all really about to start something. Cause they ain't gonna be behind this, man.
The George Floyd case has always been interesting to me, right? Because that's a open and shut case. Literally. It's caught on camera. The entire interaction caught on camera, right? So you'd have critics of that case say, no, that fit. No, that fit. Like a knee wasn't on his neck for 5 consecutive minutes. I think 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. That is a long time. You ever been in a plank position for a minute? Right? Imagine a knee on your neck for a whole straight minute and you can't breathe for an entire straight minute. Now, someone would say, if he couldn't breathe, he wouldn't be able to talk. You know how you laugh and something is so funny, you like, I can't breathe. You literally feel the occurrence of not being able to breathe efficiently, but you're still able to say words, right? I'm making a connection. So I want to pose a question to the critics of that case. Just one simple question. I'm not going to even argue with you in the comments. I'm going to let y'all talk amongst yourselves. Anybody that decides to comment, you feel me? Could I, with a moderated source like a police officer or a referee, right? Could I, and for context, I'm 200 pounds. Could I put my knee on your neck for 5 minutes? For those that disagree. If I put my knee on your neck for 5 minutes, we can put up any amount of money to see if you still be alive after that interaction. I say you right. I say you right and I'm wrong. I say the fact right. But for this interaction to happen, you have to sign off, like you have to give insurance on your life that I won't be able to go to jail after that interaction because it was experimental. Put your money where your mouth is. I will put money up for anybody who's serious about it right now. I'm going to repeat it. Could I put my knee on your neck for 5 consecutive minutes? And let's see if you're still alive.
You know, ever since black people said, you know what, we're sitting this one out after showing up in the voting booth, there's been a constant push from various quarters to drag black people into the fight. They've been calling on black Americans to step up for protests as if black people are the ones responsible for fixing the mess. But let's be clear, everything that's happening right now is not the fault of black people. We didn't create this chaos, yet somehow we are being asked to clean it up. Other minority groups who voted against their own interests are now looking to us for help, but black people have already made it clear. We are resting. We're not going to rush out to fix things that weren't of our making. And now we have Elon Musk suggesting that black Americans should react to this idea of pardoning Derek Chauvin, the man responsible for unaliving George Floyd. Now, this is just about a suggestion. It's a deliberate attempt to provoke black people, to bet black people into the streets. They want black people to react, to get angry, to protest, so they can once again watch black people be beaten, brutalized, and even get unalived. And this isn't a game, and it's time we realize the stakes. Elon Musk has seemingly backed a campaign to pardon a former police officer convicted of unaliving George Floyd. The petition, which was started by conservative commentator Ben Shapiro, calls for US President Donald Trump to pardon Derek Chauvin. The 53-year-old billionaire shared the petition with his 219 million followers, accompanied with the comment, "something to think about." Now, Shapiro's original post has been viewed more than 21 million times since being uploaded, while Musk's garnered a further 16 million. Shapiro's campaign claims Chauvin was unjustly convicted in the 2020 unaliving case that sparked worldwide Black Lives Matter protests. Now, in an open letter to Trump, Shapiro claimed the evidence demonstrated that Chauvin did not, in fact, commit the unaliving, of George Floyd. Now, the Daily founder called Chauvin's conviction the defining achievement of the woke movement in American politics. He argued there was massive overt pressure on the jury to return a guilty verdict regardless of the evidence. Shapiro stated that the country cannot turn the page on that dark, divisive, and art-to-the-cis era without righting this terrible wrong. You know, I guess the response Trump and the Republicans are getting from black people by gutting every DEI, diversity, and affirmative action program they can find is unsatisfactory. Let me start with the fact that I'm shocked, saddened, and amused that the Trump administration believes they can play us so easily. The federal government is so paranoid, someone who have an intelligent conversation around DEI, that they are banning certain words in official federal documents. They are banning words that even hint at an inequitable situation. Damn words, they're everywhere, but that is a pause for another day. There are no fiery riots in the street with black Americans getting sprayed by fire hoses, beaten by police officers, beaten by Ds, kicked by random palm color passerbys, and brutally arrested. Nope, DEI was not working for us. The emotional protests after the unaliving of George Floyd are nowhere to be seen. Why is that? Now, companies put in DEI programs quickly, most of them run by palm color people. According to the job search site, 76% of chief diversity officer roles are held by palm color people, and 54% are held by women. We quickly learned the so-called DEI programs did not help black people. The effective programs mainly promoted palm color women, veterans, and the disabled. The ineffective programs did nothing for anybody. We still saw mediocre palm color men being routinely promoted over qualified black people, women, disabled, and veterans. You know, they've been pushing so hard to strip away programs that have been crucial in addressing inequality, and now they're feeling the heat from black communities. But instead of reflecting on their actions, it seems like they want to shift the narrative. They are looking for something, anything that they think will provoke a reaction from black people, something they believe will push black people to take to the streets. The reality is that black people are not falling for it. And I pray that we should not fall for this. Their strategy isn't about solving problems or addressing real issues. It's about inciting anger to get the kind of response they can control, manipulate, and use to fuel their agenda. But we're seeing through the smoke and mirrors. We're not just going to react for their entertainment. It's time to hold them accountable, not to give them what they want. I mean, like, they've tried everything possible to get black people out in the streets protesting. Everything from targeting DEI programs to pushing out to the cis policies, and yet they're still surprised that it's not happening. They thought if they stripped away black people's rights, ignored our voices, and provoked us enough, we would fall into their trap. But here we are, and the reaction they expected is nowhere to be found. The truth is, black people are done being used as pawns in their game. Black people have been protesting. Black people have been speaking out. But now, we're being strategic. We are resting. We've seen this cycle before, and we're not just going to react out of anger or frustration. The streets aren't empty because black people don't care. The streets are empty because black people are tired of being manipulated. They've been waiting for an eruption, but it's not coming because black people have learned that real change doesn't come from being baited into emotional reactions. It comes from staying firm, being patient, and demanding true justice. You know, I'm still just trying to wrap my head around the sheer audacity of some people. Like, we all witnessed the horrific unaliving of George Floyd. We saw the footage of Derek Chauvin kneeling on Floyd's neck for over 9 minutes. We heard Floyd's desperate plea for air, and we saw the devastating aftermath. Yet, despite this overwhelming evidence, some individuals are now claiming that Chauvin was wrongly convicted. It's really breathtaking. Have they forgotten what we all saw? Like, have they forgotten the pain and outrage that we all felt? This isn't just about Chauvin or Floyd. It's about the systemic injustices that perpetuate racism and police brutality. It's about the countless lives lost to senseless violence. And it's about the ongoing struggle for accountability and justice. Now, for those who are now questioning Chauvin's conviction, I ask you, what more evidence do you need? What more proof do you require to acknowledge the brutal reality of what happened to George Floyd? I don't know what you guys think, but share your thoughts as well in the comment section and let's have a conversation. Thank you for always watching, and see you in our next video as we bring you another interesting video.